Welcome everybody. I have a Nexus 9 tablet here. The reason why I'm making this video is because the screen broke after my son tossed it across the room. I already fixed the screen, but I did want to say that I had a H9 hardness screen protector on it at the time, and it was actually inside of this casing here at the time as well, and it still managed to bust the screen. So don't rely on an H9 hardness plus a case. It's not 100% preventative. So I had to tear it down, and we'll go ahead and look at it, see what it looks like. I'm gonna do it again just for you guys. Okay, let's go over some of the tools that I used. One of them is the card. This is what I used to pry open the back case, or to help me pry open the back of the case. Another one is a hobby knife. It has a broken tip, but it's still useful. I have a Spudger Kit here. The only one that I've actually used is this one here. This is the one that I've used to... I used it to help me remove the glass and the LCD panel to pry it away from the frame. Let's see. So the biggest thing that was a help here for me was this kit here. It's a kit from Amazon. Actually, these two are from Amazon. This kit, the Spudger Kit, and this tool kit is from Amazon. This is great. I love this thing. It's called a 45-in-1 professional portable opening tool compact screwdriver kit set with tweezers and extension shaft for precise repair or maintenance. And of course, you see the model number here. Yes, I'm actually reading off of a screen. I didn't remember that off the top of my head. So we push this button, it opens up. We got all these bits here, which are cool. But my favorite thing that it came with is actually this here, the little tweezers. So most of what I use is actually the tweezers, the screwdriver, maybe a little bit of this here. You don't actually need any of these spudgers if you're not going to do the screen repair. If you're going to do a screen repair, you might want to use probably the metal one, like I said. All right, moving on. So the iFixit Teardown website, that's what I used actually to help guide me through this process, was saying that when they opened it, the camera here, it actually fell off of the motherboard. So what I did was I tried to open it away from the camera instead of up here. You know, it didn't happen to me. The camera stayed put. It didn't come away with the case. But here we go. Here's nothing. You can use your nail to first pull a little bit away from it, and then go ahead and stick in the card, and from there it'll start coming apart. Stick in your card and pull. Obviously this is coming off easy because I already did it once. Just run it across. There's just a bunch of clips all around it. Like I said, I start away from the camera and move towards the camera. And then when I get to the camera, I'm hoping that it doesn't come off. It shouldn't, because it didn't the first time. So, voila. There you have it. These are the clips that are holding it in place right here. That's why it can be a little daunting, or, you know, people may be afraid to pry it, but use what I did and you'll be fine. So let's look at some of the internal components. I'm not an expert at this, so if I get this wrong, sorry guys. Okay, so obviously this is the battery here. You have a battery connector right here. At the bottom, this is called a daughter board. You have the USB charger connector right here. One of the speakers is in here, under here. The other speaker is actually under this board here. The motherboard, the main board, is actually right here. This is considered the antenna board. You have an antenna cable that runs through here, connects over here, and at the bottom you got a little, this is the vibrating function device. And of course you have this is the front facing camera is right here, and the rear facing camera is right here. Alright, let's start with the front facing camera. And let's see it focus a little bit. Come on, camera. Alright. So you have this here. This is a black It's black and plastic. The part that lifts up is the white part. So it goes up. Once you have that lifted, this ribbon cable here, you can just push it out a little tenderly, and then there you have it. Voila. This is the battery. Just to let you guys know, I did make a mistake when I put this tablet back together. This copper, I guess it helps for heat dissipation. So this copper sheet here is supposed to go not under the battery, but it's supposed to go over the battery. But anyways, we're focusing on the battery. There's a clip and about like right here. It's stuck on. It doesn't take that much effort. Just pull it out, and then you have the power cable. This power cable lifts straight up. I'll show you. Sometimes it can be confusing how it lifts, but it just comes straight up. Don't lift it. Don't pull it down. Pull it up towards you. There you have it. It's disconnected. There's glue right underneath where the battery's at. I mean, that's where you can use the card if you want to help you. Easy for me because I've already removed it before. Here's tape and everything. So yeah, this copper is actually supposed to be on top of the battery. Oops. So let's go ahead and remove the copper. There's a panel lifted here, like a little tab. There's another tab here where the antenna, I guess it keeps the antenna in place. This blue antenna. You might have tape here on yours. I already tore it. Just pull, pull, pull. And there you have it. Next is the antenna and the board. So this is the antenna here, and this is the board for it. These are Torx, and then they just lift up from where they are. Get my tweezers and just go ahead and lift it up. This one too. I'm using a Nexus, my Nexus 6 to film this, and the camera is not really responding so well. So anyways, I just pull it up. Get the antenna out of the way. In my kit, the Torx number that I'm using is, it says T5 on it. It may be different for you. Some people, my understanding is that it's not consistent as far as the T number that comes with people's kits. So just because it's a T5 for me doesn't mean it's going to be a T5 for you, unless you bought the exact same kit. So I'm going to use my Torx screwdriver to remove this one, and this one. What I love about this screwdriver kit is that the tips are magnetic. So I noticed that it's hard for you guys to see as I'm taking it off. So I might just skip the sections where I am removing the screws, simply because it's not helpful for you guys just to see my hands. Okay, you'll notice there are some plastic tabs right here. There's, let's see, there's one here, there's another one over here. So just lift it gently. Don't try to force it. If you feel resistance, see if maybe there's a screw that you haven't removed. Voila. Okay, so what we have here is, this is the speaker. Oh, you can actually feel it. I feel the magnetic, the magnet inside of the speaker. I don't recommend you to remove the speaker. I actually tore the speaker. This is the reason why I decided to do this video, because I bought an extra pair of speakers. I ripped, I believe it's the bottom one, not this one. This one's fine, because you have to be very careful pulling the speaker out. There's actually, it's held, there are some, I think there's a plastic tip in two sides, and you have to literally lift it straight up. If you lift it at an angle, you're gonna break the tips and you're gonna tear the speaker from this little kind of, it's glued on the front facing, the front, the part that, like I would say that moves around, that gives it that little base, is actually glued on to the frame underneath here. And if you yank it and you're not careful, you're gonna rip the speaker, which is what I did. I'll show you the torn speaker when I get there. So next up is really long ribbon cable. It actually connects from here, and it connects all the way up to here. Okay, so let's look down at the bottom. Remember, there are these plastic tabs that you'll see, and you lift them up, the white ones. Lift them up, the white ones, and lift it up. So there you have it. These should pull out. Let's see. You could probably do it with your hand. There. Okay. So there you have it. Cable came out. Now, there are some screws here that you have to remove in order to get this completely out, and then lo and behold, there's another cable right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the screws here. These are actually they're Phillips head. They're not Torx. Like I said, if I put my hand up, you're not gonna be able to see anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the screws real quick. All right, screws are removed, and we just pry it, just lift it gently. Comes right out, and that's where the screws were holding it in place. And then you have this one. I'm gonna remove the screws real quick. I'll be right back. All right, got the screws removed. What you can do is gently pull it up from its tab right here. Voila. I believe there was a tape here that's connecting it. I just cut it so that it comes off. Anyways, comes down here to the bottom. Well, the ribbon cable actually connects right under here. Okay, so let's look. Let's see. Okay, there we are. All right, so for this one, it's gonna be different from the rest of these. Let's close these tabs back down, okay? Just in case, you know, I accidentally hit them, I don't wanna break them. This one, it's not the white that actually lifts up, it's the black. And I'm gonna use my X-Acto blade, my hobby knife, there you go. Voila. And it just pulls right out. Sorry for the cheap sound effects. So down here at the bottom, this is the USB charge port. It has a little, it looks like a metal plate that's holding these, well, it's actually not holding this board connected to this board, but it's holding a USB charge port in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this screw, and this screw so you can see what's underneath. Okay, I got the screws out. Now I'm going to use my tweezers, but let's lift this white one because I forgot to remove this ribbon. Oh, look, it comes right out. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. All right, so this one actually comes just after you pull this ribbon cable out. This is actually the connector to the LCD screen. The board comes out, and there you have it. I will give you a tip here. I made a mistake. If you look at this little this metal piece, it's supposed to be flush all the way to the top here. What happened was that as I reassembled the screen into the frame, this ribbon, I didn't pull it. There's a little gap right here, and the ribbon cable is supposed to pull all the way through, but I pressed it in, and a piece of the cable got pressed in with the tape that I used to seal the screen onto this chassis. So I had no choice but to go ahead and just bend it, and instead of putting it over the ribbon cables that were here, I just put it under. It works fine. So here we are. This is the other board that connects I forgot what that is, but this is where the speaker's at. This is the reason why I am doing this. All right. Okay, so for this board here, there is a power connector for the vibrating function device right here. You just pull it out gently, of course, or there you are. I felt like I was gonna rip it. Anyways, we have this top piece here too. Just stick my little tweezers in there, and this board should come out. I think it's this piece here that, or this one too, that's giving it just a little bit of trouble. There we are. Voila. Speaker. This is the damaged one, so I will rip this out right now just to show you guys what it looks like. Alright, I'm switching over to a Spudger, the metal one. Let's see here. Okay, so if you lift it like this at an angle, you're gonna rip it. So let me show you what it looks like. Alright. So there you have a torn speaker. You can see right there where it's torn. And then the rest of it is actually inside still. This is the rest of it. This is supposed to connect onto the speaker, and because it ripped out this it's like a little rubber or plastic thing, because it ripped it out, it makes a horrible noise. So let's put in a new one. Let me go grab it. So here are the speakers that I bought. It comes in a pair. Of course, I only need one. So I have a spare speaker just in case. Oh, look at that. Well, might as well. So this is what it looks like when you buy the speakers. Oh, Nexus 6. You're having so much difficulty focusing. Look at that. Look at that. Real sweet and gorgeous. And I believe that, see these little, there's some little tabs right there. I believe these, the one that goes down, the tabs are facing up. So let me just make sure that I clear out any adhesive that's still in there before I put this little speaker in there. Oh, it has magnetic force here. Whoa. All right, cleaned it up. We're just gonna drop it in there, and there you have it, speaker. And the bottom side is like an adhesive. That's why I was telling you, if you don't have to repair the speaker, leave it in there. I actually left the top one in there when I did this whole screen repair. Now I'm not gonna remove this motherboard because it's kind of a, well, it's a bit of a pain. But I will give you a tip on replacing the LCD screen. And let's see, I didn't just do the glass. I bought the panel. It was $120 on Amazon. So they said it's fused together, the glass with the, you know, the LCD, or, you know, whatever it is, but the screen panel plus the glass are fused together. That's why they recommended to purchase a whole piece. Let me share with you the type of tape that I actually used. I'll bring it right now. I used to have a Nexus, not a Nexus 2. I used to have a Galaxy Note 2, okay, and the screen broke. So in repairing the glass, not the actual panel, but the glass, just the glass surface, I bought these, they're like double-sided tape strips. So there's black tape in the middle of it. You have, there it is, black tape right there. So once this pulls out, as well as this other side pulls out, and what you get left with is a double-sided tape. Now, of course, these were specific to the outline of the Note 2, but what I went ahead and I cut little strips, and I used them all around the glass, and it works. All right, so there you have it. The only thing left to remove here is, like I said, the motherboard. There's a combination of Torx screws up here, as well as some Phillips head screws right here. The camera is stuck onto the motherboard here. So, you know, if you're doing a screen replacement, take this out. I'm not going to do it right now for the sake of time. And when I removed the screen, I went ahead and used like, no, it wasn't this one. It was this spudger. I used a heat gun, and I heat, put some heat over here on the sides all around, because the stickiness, it's stuck on right here on the sides. So I used the heat gun, and of course I pried it. It was a pain, to say the least. But I didn't really care because I was replacing both the glass and the screen, so I didn't care how much damage I was doing. I just wanted to get it out, and then I scraped everything. I used a double-sided tape, reinsert it. Don't forget this ribbon cable, very important. You pull it all the way through before you adhere the glass to the frame here. So everything is just in reverse to do it back. I'm not going to do it right now on video, like I said, for the sake of time. And yeah, next time I'll try a different camera, because I see my Nexus 6 has problems with focusing. All right, good luck to you guys. If you have any questions, drop them below. Bye. Hi everybody, I wanted to make an update after I started filming. So put everything back together, and I noticed that the screen does not turn on. I went ahead and reopened the tablet like 3 times, and I reinserted every cable the way that it was originally, the way that it's supposed to be connected, just to double check. And actually, not even double, I did triple check. So triple checked, and still nothing. So what happens is that the LCD is not turning on. However, I do feel the vibration, so the device is turning on, because when I swipe, I feel it vibrate. And also, if I press and hold, which usually the turn off button turns on, so if I click right here, I can feel a very long vibration letting me know that it's turning off. So as far as the screen, it is dead. Don't know exactly why, but I will say that in retrospect, now looking at my first video, so here's what happened. I replaced the screen, and it was working well, even though I did mention that the ribbon cable folded on itself a little bit, but it was working fine. So I even used it for like 4 days or so, and it was fully charged, had it in the drawer. So technically what was supposed to happen was that if the screen was working before I even did this repair, it would have actually turned on when I removed this magnetic case. So that the magnetic case, has, it's supposed to like turn off when you close it and then turn on. And I noticed that in the first video that I did, and for this repair, that it didn't turn on. So that means that at some point when it was hanging out of my drawer, the screen just completely died. Don't know why. I really don't know why. It could have been the ribbon, or it could have been a lot of things. I mean, it's hard to say, because this tablet, unfortunately, is plagued by lots of screen issues, and at the same time, the seller that I bought it from on eBay also has about 8 bad reviews in the last month, and a lot of them were due to either LCD screens that were dead on arrival, or that they did not function very long afterwards. So this, I had purchased the tablet, let's see, used, and then the screen was supposed to be new, but I can't really confirm that it was brand new, even though it says that in the ad. It still had some like tape, as if it was like cut out from like another tablet that somebody like sold it for parts or something like that. It didn't feel like it was completely brand new from the factory. So I don't know what to say other than I'm kind of over this and I'm tired of working on it. So I'm just going to leave it as is, and if anything, just sell it for parts. I don't really feel like investing another $130 on another screen to repair this. If anything, I'll probably use this as just kind of like a a training device for like my cousins or nephews that want to like pry open and do DIY work. I could use this as like a way for them to kind of like some kind of a learning skill or test of focus and concentration. But anyways, I'm done with this tablet. I'm really tired of working on it, and it didn't work out the way that I had anticipated. All right. The only other thing that I can say is that HTC right now is in a position where they're having some losses. This device is made by HTC. This Nexus 9 doesn't look very good right now. Thanks for HTC, and I can see why. I mean, when it first came out, it was plagued by bleeding on the screen, so screen quality was already an issue when it first came out, and here we are, and we can't even get a decent repair on it. It was actually scored low on the iFixit website as far as repairability. So I'm done with Nexus 9. We'll see. I heard that there's a rumor that Asus might be working on a follow-up to the Nexus 7. So, there's a 2012 and a 2013. If they make an updated to the Nexus 7, like a 2015 or 2016, I will definitely purchase that. Other than that, I'm done with tablets as well. I love my Chromebooks. Chromebooks are much easier to use. I use my Chromebook more than my Windows laptop, more than my phone, more than anything else. So there you have it. Sorry guys for that. If I do feel somehow I'll fix it or something like that, then I'll post a follow-up video. Other than that, peace out and see you guys in the next one.